this, and I watched the intro. And I thought it was funny how he was thanking me for making so much content for him. But let's actually watch the full thing.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here.
Hey, what's up,
guys?
At
this point, I owe a lot of debt to Kirsche for producing non-stop content relating to her. Where in the VTubing scene, the usual suspects are constantly seething and biting her ankles for the hopes of attention and validation from their peers, complaining about how problematic she is, while not being able to articulate a single reason as to why. So as always, Munya, glory to the fox woman, all that sort of stuff. But we're going to be looking at two different situations. The first one involving a small VTuber essentially bullied into submission for simply posting about Kirsche, not even expressing support, just posting about her. And in the second situation, a very stunning and brave individual is going to explain why Kirsche, myself, and my girlfriend are such awful, irredeemable people. And of course, their sources are because I said so.
How is Rev hiding his girlfriend from Straw?
This is the sort of follow-up post after everything happened. This VTuber Lottie saying, "These past few days have been difficult. I just wanted to share something unexpected I encountered on my travels." Well, this is the now deleted post from...
That's insanity! They even made another post about how, like, the past few days have been difficult because they've been inundated with, like, fucking hate from crazy leftists? What the fuck? I mean, again, if they didn't hit the, like, ooh, I disavow, Kirsche seems like a bad person, I would have wanted to reach out to this person and, like, offer apologies and see what I could do to maybe help them. Because I don't want people getting attacked because they post a fucking billboard of me. That's insanity! You should recognize that's insanity.
On this small VTuber right here, it says, "I was driving and saw this VTuber billboard." Of course, it features Kirsche. Seems very innocuous, right? You're a VTuber and you're driving around town and you see a giant billboard featuring someone like Kirsche.
It's very obvious they had no idea who I was because they posted an image from my website that's linked on the billboard. So they very obviously had no idea who I was and just thought, oh, VTuber billboard, that's pretty fucking cool. And they still got attacked for it by crazy fucking leftist people.
Pretty cool moment, something you want to share. Now, this is nothing new. A lot of VTubers have ended up on billboards like Kirsche. And doing so causes immense levels of seething among the usual suspects who are out in full force in the replies of this now deleted tweet, saying, "Oh boy, not this grifter. Yeah, she's a bigot grifter, Lottie.
Look at all these V-tweeters. Look at them."
"Oh, it's the bigot. I wouldn't pay her any mind." Now this meme is evergreen. They keep using that phrase, grifter, like they have any idea what it actually means. Grifter means someone who is sharing beliefs for monetary gain that they themselves don't actually believe. They can never prove why people like Kirsche or myself are grifters, despite calling us that all the time. In fact, our sort of ideology and what we cover and what we do is the exact opposite of grifting. It threatens our sponsorships and opportunities.
It does. People who don't care about the sponsorships, though, it has been a phenomenon that has happened. YouTubers have completely flipped when they've done, like, more right-leaning content. And you've seen people like iDubbbz get that whole trolls remorse is a fucking thing for a reason. It's not even technically political, but because the left is so anti-joke, anti-freedom, it becomes political, and thus trolls remorse, to completely turn your back on an audience that got you to a point of where you were in the first place. And I think that is, like, the most egregious thing. Is, like, you can learn more about situations and you can change your opinions on them. But if you start being like, yeah, fuck my old audience, fuck those guys, fuck everything they thought was fun that I did for content, that content is shit, I disavow my old content, right? Like, when you get to that kind of point, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you would be a literal fucking who if it weren't for that audience, and now you're going to throw all of them under the bus? And you're going to pull up the ladder behind you for any other YouTubers that might want to do edgy joke content? The fuck is wrong with you?
It's because we speak our minds without worrying about whether or not it's going to appease companies and what have you. This is the worst examples of grifters you could ever come up with. It doesn't even make sense on its face.
Yeah.
But you can see more comments like this user saying, oh, hey, it's the right-wing grift VTuber who said ICE wasn't doing enough when they offed Americans and hangs out with Asmongold and Tectone.
Why are there so many people saying that I hang out with Asmongold and Tectone? With Tectone, it could at least make sense, right? I've done, streams with him. I've mentioned, possibly going down to Texas to hang out with, people that I know down there. Tectone would be one of them. But it's where does this come from that so many people are repeating it? Asmongold and Tectone and I are just going down to the corner store every weekend with each other. What the fuck is happening? The husbando effect. It's the yogurt effect. And it's just who said ICE wasn't doing enough when they killed Americans? Hey, here's why you can't hit me with your car. How about that? If they don't want to get shot, maybe they should try not running someone over. I don't like that someone got shot. It's a lawful shoot, but it's an unfortunate one. That this lady was so fucking crazy, she thought she could try to run over ICE officers with her car and nothing would happen. I even lamented the fact that fucking crazy Terry, they're just glowies, you run them over with your car. That used to be funny, not an instruction manual. What the fuck?
A full-grown adults follow policing people and also just spouting more nonsense.
Wait a minute. I just realized this guy also has VTuber manager in his name. Yeah, don't trust that. Don't trust a random VTuber manager, right? You want to see who they're managing and how successful both they and the people they're managing are. If you're an indie VTuber, you're not going to need a manager for a very long fucking time. And so when someone who has 30 CCVs, this is my VTuber manager. It's yeah, that's your boyfriend, buddy. That's your fucking boy. Shondo quote, evergreen. VTuber groomer, yeah. Somebody who has no social media presence and nothing to show that they've accomplished with any other social media person, and the people, if they have them linked in their bio that they're currently managing, if those people aren't in the thousands of viewership, why would you ever want them as a manager? That's a VTuber groomer, buddy.
About Kirsche, and you look at their account, I mean, why are you following me, right? Wouldn't that make you bad by your own standard? But you can see they're a VTuber manager /
No, clearly he's following you because as a VTuber manager, he uses you as an example of what not to do, right? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to make a lot of money? Here's Rev Says Desu, a very successful VTuber who makes a lot of money. Don't be like him. And you too can be a successful VTuber.
Here's a word of advice for VTubers out there. 99% of these VTuber managers are complete scams, right? They have no positive advice that's actually going to be worth any sort of price or investment you give in them. And here's a great example. This guy who's supposed to be a VTuber manager is going off and slandering and seething about other VTubers. Probably the worst thing you could do, especially as someone trying to gain traction towards legitimate career success, not getting validation from other VTubers on Twitter by complaining about problematic ones, actual tangible long-term success as a content creator. This is a terrible example.
Shy DMs, thank you. The silly thing is, I'm actually the most left-leaning of the quote-unquote right-wing VTubers. Aw, you sweet summer child. I'm glad that hiding my power level is so efficient.
Of that. But here's another reply from this user saying, she's unfortunately a right-wing grifter, hella transphobic and racist from what I've seen. Well, I'm sure everything you see comes off as transphobic and racist because these people live in a truly diabolical existence where everything is constantly an existential threat to them. And I tried to look into this account and this was their page and I'm just like, whoa.
What in the fucking 2015 Tumblr am I looking at? What in the shouldn't have had unrestricted access to GeoCities is fucking this? What the fuck? Holy shit! Oh my god, dude. We're just missing some obnoxious song playing in the background. Jesus Christ. I saw someone in chat saying Kirsche suppressing her mana. It's me. I'm Freerin. Welcome.
Like, bright colors, so much dopamine in your face. I learned absolutely nothing and decided this is more than enough. I don't need to look any further.
This makes me unironically think of the Pretty Princess Point images. I fucking loved those things. I don't know if anyone remembers what I'm talking about at this point in time, but there was the Good Boy Points meme that people even tried getting into Wikipedia back in the day. And from the Good Boy Points meme, the Pretty Princess Points, which is why my Discord server is named the Pretty Princess Slumber Party, by the way, they made a whole bunch of images of, like, the female equivalent of the Good Boy Point, like, neat guy. And it's, like, dirty, disgusting room with, like, foul underwear everywhere, tons of clothes strewn everywhere, like, non-emptied cat litter boxes, bottles of, like, piss and soda next to each other. Just, like, the very stereotypical, like, neat, disgusting gamer girl. And now you know the lore behind my Discord server's name.
Further. But here's another string of replies to the original post. This person saying, ain't she that weirdo, anti-woke grifter?
Why did they put anti-woke in special brackets? Are they doing the same thing that, like, the super far-right people did to the Jews, where they had, like, the like, parentheses surrounding Jewish people? Are they gonna make, like, brackets surrounding people who they think are Nazis?
And then Lottie says, I don't know who she is. I haven't been in the VTuber community for a year now. So, right off the bat, there's no such thing as the VTuber community. At best, there's a VTubing scene, but there's no hive mind community. The thing you should always focus on is your community. That's all that matters. Yes. Build your own community. That's the best route you can go. Stop trying to appease all the VTubers around you. They're going to give you horrible advice. They're going to distract.
Most people will give you horrible advice because they don't want you to succeed. Fucking... Very, very fun, very ice-cold take. Most creators who will try to give you advice, unless they're doing, like, a specific advice video, which sometimes is helpful, most of these people, especially in a one-on-one, will not give you good advice because you are competition. Why would they want to give good advice to their competition? I have had people literally scream over the fact of, Kirsche's stealing our audience, Kirsche's stealing our viewers, that's not okay, we have to take Kirsche down a notch. And it's like, well, I'm not stealing shit because no one owns their fucking audience, bro. That's insane. When you first tried to get involved in VTubing, no one would give you any advice, recommendations, or anything. It was so isolating and it felt closed off. I had one person, I think her name was like Ayumi. She was like the One-chan VTuber. She's retired now, but she was like one of the only people to give me advice back in the day, and it was like actual decent advice. And so like I will always remember people like that who have been kind to me.
Distract you from making content. That's the worst focus you can have. But someone clarified in the reply saying, she's like center-right and more politically outspoken than most VTubers. That's about it, really. The rest is just a fun time with video games, reading articles, regard noises, and pterodactyl screeching. Come watch if you like. Stay for the things you enjoy.
Yeah, be
now,
authentic.
Unfortunately, that Lottie individual would be bullied into submission. They would be led astray here, where they would quote themselves and delete this as well, saying, when I posted the Billboard photo, I wasn't aware of the controversy involving the VTuber. I shared it because I happened to see it in public. Not a statement of support. I've learned since more about the situation, and I absolutely do not support anyone that
Literal
spreads hate.
insanity,
now, of course,
man.
they've been led astray here. They can't even cite as to why Kirsche is so hateful and spreading so much hate. But you can see the sort of mentality here. Person just posts an observation, completely neutral, gets bombarded with real hate. It's not Kirsche, it's not the fans, it's these other VTubers this person is so concerned about.
I'm not gonna lie though, she's giving you good advertisement. I was like, good advertisement aside, I don't think it's right that people would just post a picture not even knowing who I am, and then the lying VTweeter brigade like jumps on them and is like, oh no, Lottie, don't do this, that's a horrible person. And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're insane.
Who are flinging hate at them for simply making the original post. And you
also, that's a good point. Motherfucking video gamer saying Kier doesn't spread hate, but if you post a random billboard and get harassed, I can understand wanting to get away as fast as possible. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. The irony, bro. Big Hylio, thank you. Fun fact for the day, upside down pineapples are a sign for swingers, completely unrelated to Fox Lady's hat. I hate that fun fact because it's not fun. It is unfortunately a fact, though. When I was swimming the other day, I saw a lady who had a flamingo bathing suit on, and the guy she was with had pineapple swim shorts, and I was like, oh no. Oh, if only one of them had one of those swimsuits, I wouldn't have thought of anything, but because both of them have those swimsuits on, now I'm horrified.
See one reply here that's going to lead us into the next situation. This was on the previous post saying, ew.
Ew.
This is one of the most despised VTubers in this space. She's a right-wing extremist. And
I'm going to crawl in your chimney in the middle of the night and crawl up to the side of your bed and whisper in your ear, millions must be deported. Ooh!
Blatant racist who uses her platform to crap on immigrants and attack others who don't fall in line with her politics. First of all, incredibly ironic saying people are being attacked for not falling in line. That's exactly what happened to this VTuber.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly what you are doing! What do you mean? What do you mean? That's insanity!
By posting Kirsche, they were snapped back into position forcibly. But also, you can see just more and more whining and labels of extremism and racism with no source. But don't worry.
Don't worry.
This individual, this Ayumi person, this she-it, is going to clarify with...
Oh no, not another shit pronoun, no!
Full proof that Kirsche is truly the evil person everyone claims. So they say this, Kirsche defenders, when they ask you for proof, she's a Nazi. Defender, she's not a Nazi, but her Nazi conspiracy theory is true, actually, and being a Trump fan doesn't make you a Nazi. Okay, Nazi. And you can see this interaction where basically they're just saying...
I still don't understand how these people are like, if you're a Trump supporter, you're a Nazi, considering the majority of people who see me still supporting Trump are like, you're just a Zionist puppet. You support Trump, you Zionist whore! It's like, what the fuck is happening? And then, like, you criticize Trump on one thing, and the other people are just like, oh, how could you criticize our king? What the fuck? What the hell? Sad to think that Kirsche would probably be the first one to help this person on the street before any of the pronoun brigade. True and fucking real. If you're in a country where over half the population voted for a Nazi, why are you still here? True. True. Oh man, dude. Ryfile, thank you. You always see content creator advice as a shit test, and one should always do the opposite. Look into the actual entertainment industry. Yeah, like I've given some advice on the fly before, because it's just like, it's so fucking hard to get like any kind of real answers from people. And the best advice, like, unfortunately, if you just want to like get in, make big money, get out, yeah, there's a lot of grifters that try doing that, and it works. It's unfortunate, and I hate it. I don't like people who lie. But if you actually want to be a content creator, you want to get in here, you want to make it a long-term thing, be authentic. Be authentic. And it sucks sometimes when you say, like, hey, I don't know about this, because people are going to attack you for not knowing. For some reason, a lot of people put content creators on a pedestal, and they're just like, you should just know everything. And if you don't, somehow that's bad. It's crazy. It's crazy. You're trying to give advice. Fun fact, these videos don't do nearly as well as the videos where you cover drama. Yeah, a lot of people like to know what's going on drama-wise. And, like, sometimes when it's relating to things that I care about, it's fun to cover. Otherwise, it's just like, damn, man, it'd be more depressing to constantly cover drama than, like, actual real-world politics. Fence sitters are traitors, viewed negative, since not having a stance means they're as bad as their ops. I don't mind, like, normal fence sitters, but when you start fence sitting about, like, hey, this person has openly stated they want people on the other side of the political aisle to die, like, you can't really fence sit on that, you know? That's kind of fucking weird. That's kind of fucking strange. Prof Neko, thank you. Anime recommendation, Angel Beats. Fun to watch it, will make you laugh and cry. Isn't that a hentai?
No.
Is it, am I crazy?
Yes.
Isn't that a hentai?
She's a moron.
Yeah, but she's a powerful moron.
No, it isn't. No, but it's super sad. No, that's Angel Blade. Oh, okay, thank you, hentai connoisseur. I was gonna say, there was definitely a hentai with, like, women in, like, angel suits, and they turned into, like, their magical girl alter ego to fight evil via anal sex or something. I was like... No, it's made by the same people as Clannad. Oh, okay. I was like, this is like someone telling me to watch Bible Black, eh?
Oh my god, what happened?
Angel Blade was so based. That's Beat Angel Escalator. Thank you, Azehara. Jesus Christ. Gee, yeah, I watched that like in high school or some shit. Jesus, you're crazy for why am I crazy for thinking that? It's common knowledge that people will super chat a streamer and be like, hey, have you seen my favorite anime? Right, like, that's just normal, all right? What the fuck have you been watching? That's probably why I was confused, because this guy said, what, just Beat Angel? Angel Beats. Yeah, Angel Beats, apparently not hentai. Beat Angel Escalator, hentai.
If you're disputing my claim, you are a Nazi.
What?
It's a bold strategy, and we see this all the time.
Let's see if it works out for him, Cotton.
Everyone I don't like is a Nazi is really just the Twitter and blue sky mentality. But this is really the logic that we're dealing with here. This person says, Ayumi is a Nazi proof. She's a Nazi. I say she's a Nazi. All the Nazi dog whistles only me and totally not Nazis can ever hear. You see? If you're regarded enough, everyone is a Nazi.
He's
correct. If you're going to claim someone as that label with no proof, just vibes, I mean, why not just do it back to them until they can prove otherwise? Yep. Which, you know, proving a negative is a pretty tall task for anyone to do. But if they're going to fling that around, I mean, how are they going to disprove this? They like to operate on no proof, just vibes. So that's unfortunately their logic. But then you can see some people disputing the claims where Ayumi says, correct, that's not the Great Replacement Theory.
Oh, so she agrees that I don't believe in the Great Replacement Theory. Good, thumbs up.
This user says the only difference is thinking it's the Jews instead of the UN. She doesn't think the Jews are doing it, take your meds. And then Ayumi says, she literally does. And the other user says, she literally does not. And then the original poster says, she does. So,
take your meds.
I don't think I have well enough of a grasp on the English language to explain just how fucking crazy these people are. Like, this is actual fucking insanity that I'm seeing here. I want, like, in my head, I'm wondering, is this Ayumi person, that, like, Yumi pill person? Because wasn't there someone named, like, Yumi pill that was outed for being, like, an actual fucking predator? Unironic, not for lolly shit?
It's literally like covering their ears and just going, la 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 la, Kirsche bad, la 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 la. I won't hear what you have to say. Literally, it's...
This is a different retard? It's not the same one? Okay. Alright. I mean, I guess Ayumi is a pretty popular name, but it's like, I was curious. Close but no cigar. Alright.
So childish and intellectually dishonest, but I mean, what do you expect from these individuals?
True.
And then the truth comes out, ladies and gentlemen. You can see this post saying, tell me you don't watch Kirsche's streams or content and just mindlessly regurgitate slanderous lies about someone you dislike because it gives you the good feels without telling us. And the Ayumi individual says, why would I ever watch a Kirsche stream? Oh. It's another person who's just like, yeah, I know a Nazi when I see one. I don't have to know anything about them or actually see their content. I just know it, okay? Trust me. But of course, this individual has a little RDS too. The KDS, not enough. They have the Rev derangement syndrome as well, where apparently they ended up in one of my recent videos. I think they were like a 30-second cameo at one point, and that prompted a tweet on the 18th saying, made it in another Rev video. Hi Rev, you're literally a bottom feeder, living off the scraps of the VTuber community's drama, grifting...
I, for one, think it's weird to comment on someone's sex life like that. You don't know if he's out here eating his wife's ass.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
To right-wing reactionary slop because the content wasn't flowing as fast as you'd hoped. You're girlfriend is a hypocrite with skeletons in her closet.
Ooh.
Wow, they're really mad. Besides the seething right here at the top, there's a lot of funny things going on here. I mean, number one, they go after my girlfriend, which is really weird. If you're seething so much about me, you're going after the person I'm with. At least get the lore right. We've been married almost 3 years, okay? Like, put some respect on wife's name.
True.
Okay? And also, this last part doesn't even make any sense. They say she's a hypocrite with skeletons in her closet.
They're probably talking about the fact that she used to do ASMR, which she's made many posts being like, yeah, you know, I did that for a while, and, you know, further on my journey, I started feeling uncomfortable about that kind of content, so I didn't want to do it anymore. That's fine. She didn't, like, denigrate her audience who enjoyed the ASMR that she did. She was just like, I just don't want to do that anymore. I just don't feel like that kind of content is what I want to do, and it makes me uncomfortable to do it. And I think that's perfectly fine. She's not shitting on people who enjoyed it. She's not saying, like, they're fucking weird or she hates her old audience. She's just like, I just don't want to do that. And that's perfectly fine.
And someone asks, what kind of skeletons? And can't people become better and change? And then they say she is objectively
Where are the skeletons?
How does someone have skeletons in their closet if they become worse? It doesn't
true.
even make any sense. Like, this is the level of logic we're dealing with here, ladies and gentlemen.
She took the skeletons out of the closet and posed them in the living room.
But this user would ask, enlighten me how she is worse. There was no answer. No proof,
Insanity,
just
bro.
vibes, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
like if you had proof of something, just fucking say it. Like, what do you mean?
And well, it's what you expect. But you know what? Something's very wrong when you realize the pinned tweet of their account
The
is
highlight of this person's life was Rev dunking on them for like 20 seconds. That is insanity. Imagine.
a clip where I was talking about one of their tweets defending Deme and crashing out, labeling everyone who is criticizing Deme as every ist and phobe they could think of. And I can think of nothing more pathetic than literally branding your accounts with me while claiming how irrelevant and awful I am. Like, clearly.
Like, imagine if this person was actually a content creator and not a VTweeter, and they used like a soundbite of Rev making a joke about them so that they could get money off of it. Monetize your haters, and they can't even do that fucking correctly. Holy shit.
I take up enough headspace in your mind to make you want to clip when I talk about you and then pin it to your account, like literally a dunce cap for everyone to see. But they're not done. This, of course, was talking about them being in the video, and this person says, based. If you made Rev says dumbass upset, stay strong. First of all, that insult doesn't even work. If I'm saying it, that means I'd be saying it to someone else. What are you talking about? I mean, nice try, but in the replies,
Nice
they
try,
would
but
link
your
the
IQ was
video
too
clip
low to use that
again.
attack.
You know, of course, totally irrelevant, but like, hey, stranger on the internet, look at the thing. I was in the video. Look at this. I was in this totally irrelevant person's video. Please look. It's so hypocritical. But, of course, their derangement knows no bounds, ladies and gentlemen. In a completely irrelevant discussion, they call someone a random Rev simp.
What?
And that their opinion is completely irrelevant. And they're only a few months away from becoming a devout Christian, okay?
What?
And filling their hard drive with military wear inspo.
This is like as insane as the people who talk about me as a Christian VTuber. I was like, I don't understand why I get called a Christian VTuber when I quite literally constantly talk about how I'm agnostic. Is it because I don't denigrate the Christians? Is it because I grew up Catholic? Is it because I think that having a Christian or Catholic baseline to raise your children is a good idea? I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. Your meds, schizo. They might not help, but take them anyway.
This user's reply is really all you can say. What? What are you even talking about? First of all, what do I have to do with anything in this conversation? Second of all, if these are the consequences here of, I guess, following my content. What are we even talking about? And then overall, what are we even talking about?
Just a poor little cartoon woman wanting a monogamous relationship and maybe occasionally putting on a Hugo Boss suit, you know? It's just a sexual fantasy.
The whole thing is very strange, a very strange fan fiction. And then I found one more here talking about some situation. I have no idea, and I'll explain why I don't know in a second. But they say,
Hail Kirsche, mother of chuds, the Lord is with thee. Thank you. I am the chud mother. Come, my little chudlings. It is now safer to express your opinions.
along with the post tagging Dragon's Tea and Hero Hey and Rev and other various content creators they want to grift through to,
what?
They won't delete it. And people will just believe it because
what?
the right is a bunch of gullible, brain-lit idiots. And here's the original source. It comes from a deleted post from a suspended account. I'm sure it was an absolute gem.
Why can none of these fucking freaks archive their shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, but that's really the situation. People have some real derangement syndrome on the internet, especially when it comes to me or Kirsche, or apparently my wife as well.
An
and I thank them for the free content. It's a never-ending stream of content thanks to them. They can have their likes on Twitter. I'll have my videos, and I definitely take my side 100 times out of 100. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving the video a like. Consider subscribing.
True and real. Touch Rev, and maybe one day he will say Desu. It's like a Tickle Me Elmo. The left calls you Christian because to them, being Christian is just as bad as being a Nazi, which it obviously is not. Christian institutions pre-communist infiltration were extraordinarily important to the success of civilization. It's a little crazy. He did say Desu recently. Well, this has been kind of a crazy situation. This has been absolutely fucking wild. Somebody just saw my billboard and got insane hatred for it. What the fuck? What the actual fuck?